Hey there, this is Shane from Shane's Reviews, and I hope you are having a great day today. Today we are going to be talking about H.G. Wells, the science fiction collection. The specific book is going to be The Time Machine, which was narrated by Hugh Bonneville. See, editors, I saved it until I did that. So today, this one might be a little bit short because a lot of people are aware or have listened to and or have read The Time Machine and probably have seen that very interesting movie interpretation of it from so long ago. But I wanted to at least go over it because it was in the collection, and if I've already made a review on it, which I may have, there will be a link to it, there will be a link to it, there will be a link to it, there will be a link to it right there for your enjoyment purposes. And it'll be interesting too to see if I have done a review, what I think about it now versus then. So the story is simple as a gentleman calls together some people for a dinner, or is invited to it because he's a very extraordinary man that has invented a time machine. It's really impressive the time of which this is wrote and how some of the details are just spot on. I mean, impressively so. Like, whenever he's describing the time machine, like, there's this particular bar that's like either brass or copper that's there but not there. And if you look at it from a particular point, you can see it, but if you look at it from here, it looks like it's broke or disconnected. There's stuff like that, which is like fourth dimensional type things. We're three-dimensional beings, right? And if you go to some animals are only 2D creatures. So, like, if I was a little bug working my way across the table and I came across a sphere, it would look like a very small circle floating in the air. And as I got closer and then started to walk past it, or it floated above me, we'll say it's floating above, as it gets closer, the circle will get bigger and then it will just disappear because it can't see in 3D. It only sees that flat on perspective. Well, we're kind of like that with 3D. We can see 3D. We can tell the depth of things. We can see if things are close or far or big or small according to the perception and the perceivement of our eyes to our brain, which has some of the best 3D software for just two little things to be able to figure out what's going on around us that I think ever was made. But beyond that digression, that explanation of 4D is fairly accurate because we don't have the comprehension, we don't have the ability with the senses that we have because we developed senses for 3D to perceive the things in the 4D realm. So it would be much like that ball getting bigger and disappearing, and or a bar that's misaligned but is there on both ends, broken in the middle but not. If you just look at it a particular way, it may look like it's there and it may look like it's a ghost. I mean, he was reaching, but it was so well done for the time period. So you got me on that. But, I mean, the story is as simple as there's a machine, the guy gets in it, and he ends up being gone for like 8 days, so it's actually a long period of time for him. Long enough for him to be able to explore above ground, below ground, find out that there's different things here and there, different casts of society, and as those different casts separated and deviated from each other, one actually depends on the other, and one actually depends on the other, and without the both of them, they would fall apart. But they're both kind of not liked between each other. It's just really neat to see his envisioning of what that would be like. So it's a good story if you've never read it. Would I recommend it? I certainly would. If you find a copy of it somewhere and you've never read The Time Machine, do yourself a favor and find out about that stained glass, pearlescent copper device. I mean, it's pretty cool. But moreover, it's some of the conversations that the people that are scientists in the story are having about the device and the different types of mathematics or the concept of how time travel would be possible. I found that part of it to be actually the most enjoyable part. I didn't so much, and I don't think that I did in the past either, care about the way that the time traveler treated one of the characters that attached to him on the other side of the time where he was going to. But on the same token, some of that was rectified whenever he goes on a hellbent rant to, but we'll just, if you've never read it, you'll find out. Just read it, you'll see. I mean, even though it's an old book, even though it's got some stuff that's just ridiculous off point, it's only because of the time and the knowledge at that point. Do I put the check mark on it? Do I say it's worth your time, efforts, and energies? Yes, I do, certainly. In this collection, Bonneville does a really good job with the narration on it. The production of it is clean, crisp, clear. It's not like an old 1900s recording. And on top of it, just the way that it was narrated by Bonneville really brings the story to life. So, congratulations, man. You did a good job. It's much appreciated. So this one's going to be a short one. I'm sorry, but it's a very short story, and if I get into a lot of it, I'm going to run it for you, and I don't want to do that. I want to encourage you, though, if you like sci-fi and you like time travel, this is certainly something, if you haven't read, get your foundations in. But, seriously, though, thank you so much for watching to this point. If we did something that you like in here, either editing, me, the book, or, if you think there's something there, if you're not subscribed, now's a good time to consider it. So, kind of do a little tap dance for me on that little red button. That'd be very, very cool. If you want to make fun of me, feel free. Send me to your friends. Ship it. I don't care. That'd be kind of fun to see. But beyond that, thank you so much. You are my hero. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. And these are the most interesting comments that we had this week. Ooh. Question of the week. If you had a time traveling device that went one direction, where would you go and why? I'm going to be making another video on comments very soon. So if you want your comments in it, now's your chance. Down there, you know what to do, and we will certainly address them. Even if it's wanting to have the answer to the age-old question, is a hot dog actually a sandwich? Ooh. Beyond that, I'm not sure which one of the two videos over here you would choose when they get pulled in, but if you do pick one of these, then I will see you in the next video. Remember, stay safe. We're not out of it yet. I know a lot of people have got vaccinations, and if you did,